everyone and welcome to my channel. Today on the agenda, Swahili Pilau. Now I know you may be wondering, I do share paleo and low carb recipes, so why Pilau? And Pilau is not necessarily paleo or low carb. I guess most of you don't know that I also have a segment on my website where I share African dishes and international recipes. I couldn't be happier to start with Swahili Pilau. I normally make mine with tomato paste, but just about a tablespoon, not too much. I like to start by soaking the rice, but there's a big but. I will say only use this step if you're using long grain basmati rice. You know, there's different types of basmati, and if your basmati rice is not so good, then I would say just wash it, drain it and leave it out like that. Don't soak it. As you can see, the meat is now boiled, so I'm just going to sieve this. I did add 2 or 3 pieces of bay leaf midway, and I'm going to sieve it and retain the broth. I'm going to make my own homemade pilau spice. I'll leave a link showing you how to make your own. I'm just going to clean this and then soak it. If you really want some fluffy Swahili pilau, then basmati rice is the way to go. It's also very fragrant and just soaks up the flavor really well. And I know maybe everyone knows, but I'll just mention it in case there's someone out there in the world who doesn't know. When you're cleaning it, you want to clean it as much as possible so that the water gets clear. You sort of want to aim at getting rid of the starch as much as possible. So I'm just going to clean this, cut the cloudy water, and just rinse, repeat until the water is as clear as possible. The rice is clean. I'm just going to leave it to soak as I prepare the rest of the ingredients. So I already have the dry pilau spices here, and while the rice is soaking, I want to soak this as well. Peel and dice 1 large onion, but you can also use 2 middle-sized ones. Red or yellow is okay. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cloves of garlic. And when it comes to garlic and ginger, feel free to use more or less. I know some people don't like garlic, and I like it extremely garlicky. I could even put 10 of them there, but yeah, I feel like for 2 cups 6 is okay. I'm just going to add the oil. I know it seems like a lot, but we are going to add a lot of ingredients in there, including potatoes and onions, and in the end it's not going to be that much. I'm going to add the onion. Crushed garlic and ginger. So and then I'm adding my tomato paste. As I said, not too much. I know some of you don't like using tomato paste in pilau. I like to use just a little because it also gives it a nice color. Use too much and your pilau will end up being sour or going off quickly, and it may also not look like pilau, as it will look too red. But yeah, just a little is okay. You just zoom in so you can see it properly. I'm then adding the whole spice that we had soaked earlier, but you can skip this. You can just use the powder if you prefer, but as I said, I also like mixing the powder and the whole spices. Then I add in the spice. So I did soak the rice for about 30 minutes. I'm just going to drain the water. You want to drain the water and then add it in. You don't want to mix it too much because it'll start burning at the bottom. Just briefly so the rice combines with the meat. And then we're going to add any broth that we have from cooking. And then this is the broth I had reserved. I'm just going to add it in. A good ratio to use is 2 cups of rice for 4.5 cups of liquid. So that's 1 cup because that's half a cup. 1 cup of liquid. Wait a minute. 2 cups of liquid. I don't have enough broth, so I'm just going to add some hot water. Cups. So right now I'm using a fork to quickly stir, not too much so it doesn't burn. And just before I leave it to cook, I'm going to add half a tablespoon of spice so the broth and the liquid is also all flavored. And then we're just going to allow this to cook. This is also a good point to taste whether it has enough salt. I like to just briefly taste the liquid and add some more. So at the beginning you want to start at high heat and covered, but once the water is almost gone, we're just going to cover it and allow it to cook with the steam. You can also taste the grains to see whether they are cooked. And what you do if your pilau dries out and it's not yet cooked, simply boil some water, add a pinch or so of salt, and then add in 1/4 to 1/2 cup increment. To allow the water to penetrate, you want to use your fork or wooden spoon. I think a wooden spoon is okay. To just sort of make holes so the water goes to the bottom. So the water has reduced, so I'm just going to cover it and reduce the